Hello again, everybody. Today is Friday, May 8th, 2020. I am on lesson 10.4. I started 10.4 yesterday. Today I'm going to do 2 pages from lesson 10.4. So please take out your packet and you should be looking for page 580, and then I'm going to do 581. At the top it says find starting times. So let's go over the learning target first so we can remember what we're doing. It says I can find a starting time or an ending time when I know the elapsed time. So now moving on to lesson 10.4, we know the elapsed time. We either have to find when an activity started or when an activity has ended. And we can use methods to help us do that. We could use a number line or we could use a clock to help us find either a starting time or an ending time. So that's what we're going to do today, okay? So let's look at this problem. Whitney went swimming in the ocean for 25 minutes. She finished swimming at 11:15 a.m. At what time did Whitney start swimming? So we know the elapsed time is 25 minutes. We know she finished at 11:15. We have to find what time she started. One way you can do that is to use a number line to find the starting time. Step 1, find the time on the number line when Whitney finished swimming in the ocean. Step 2, count back on the number line to subtract the elapsed time. Draw and label the jumps to show the minutes. Step 3, write the times below the number line. So Ms. Harling just did that for you, and I want you to copy. We know what time she finished, 11:15. They gave that to us. Now we're in step 2, and we're going to count back on the number line by subtracting the elapsed time. We know she swam for 25 minutes, so my jumps have to equal 25 minutes, okay? So I did that. Starting at 11:15, I counted back 15 minutes. Now I'm at 11 o'clock. If I take 10 minutes off of 11 o'clock, I'm now at 10:50 and I'm done because 15 plus 10 is the 25 minutes she was swimming. And I wrote the times below the number line, so now we know we jumped back to 10:50. So Whitney started swimming at 10:50 a.m. So we found the starting time. Why? Because we knew the elapsed time and we knew what time she finished. Make sure you have that written. Remember, pause the video if you need to. Now we're going to do another way. It says use a clock to find the starting time. This is the same problem about Whitney swimming in the ocean for 25 minutes and she ended at 11:15. They just want us to do it now on a clock. Step 1, find the ending time on the clock. Step 2, count back by 5s for the elapsed time of 25 minutes. Write the missing counting numbers next to the clock. All right, so let me zoom in so you can see what was done. So here, my friends, we're counting back from 11:15 because this is what time she finished swimming. So they started it for us, counting back 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're ending at the 10. We are no longer at the 11 o'clock hour. We're back to the 10 o'clock hour, and we're also counting the minutes on 10 as well. If we're counting on a clock clockwise around and we count by 5s, the 10 represents 50 minutes. So what time did she start swimming? At 10:50. And again, it's the same answer we had at the top when we did the number line. So please write. So the starting time is 10:50 a.m. So they showed you 2 ways, on a number line counting back and on a clock counting back, making sure you count back an hour. It's no longer 11:15. It's not the 11 o'clock hour. It's the 10 o'clock hour. And counting back the minutes took us to 50 minutes. So it's 10:50 that she started. Now I'm going to go to the bottom and do share and show. It says use the number line to find the starting time if the elapsed time is 35 minutes. So here's our number line. They gave us the ending time, 5:10 p.m. We have to count backwards 35 minutes to find what time the activity started. So I'm going to use my jumps to add up to 35 minutes to find the starting time. 5:10, take away 10 minutes, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, take away 10 minutes, 4:50. 4:50, take away 10 minutes, 4:40. Now I can only go back 5 more minutes. 4:40 subtracted, take 5 minutes off of that, you're at 4:35. So that is the starting time. Please write that on the line. Why did I do 10, 10, 10, and 5? Because that equals the 35 minutes I needed to count back to get to the starting time. Now, over here, the math talk. It says use reasoning. How do you find the starting time when you know the ending time and the elapsed time? So we know two things. How did we know what to do? Because we had to count back to subtract the elapsed time. After doing that, your jumps end at the start of the number line, and that tells you the start time. That's what we just did for both of those problems. We did number line, and we also did clocks counting back to find the starting time. Okay, now I am on page 581. This is chapter 10, lesson 10.4, or lesson 4, so it's 10.4. I'm going up to number 2. It says, find the ending times. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can get a better look. And here you have the starting time is at 1:40. It took 33 minutes. Now we're finding the ending time. So now we got to find out what time something ended. So we're starting at the beginning. The activity started at 1:40. I have to do a total of 33 minutes. So I jumped 20 minutes and got 2 o'clock. Then I added another 10 minutes to 2 o'clock and I got 2:10. And then I added only 3 more minutes to 2:10 and I got 2:13. Why did I do 20, 10, and 3? Because that's the 33 minutes that the activity lasted. It ended at 2:13 p.m. Please write, please copy. Number 3, the starting time is 9:55 a.m. The elapsed time is 27 minutes. We have to find what time it ended. I gave you the answer, but I want you to look at this clock, please, so that you can see what Ms. Harling did. So here's 9:55, and I jumped back on the clock, but I want to show you on this one, okay? So I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. See if I can zoom out. There we go. So I'm going to put my clock at 9:55 because that's when the activity started, and I'm going to count 27 minutes forward to see what time it is, okay? So please watch. Let's see if I can zoom in just a teensy. I'm going to count 27 minutes. So I'm at 9:55. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Now I got to count 27 minutes. So now I got to count each minute. 25, 26, 27. Now, what time is it? It's 10:22. I counted by 5s, then I counted by 1s, and now I know the new time, 10:22, and that's what Ms. Harling has on her line there, okay? And then I showed you that also on the clock. Number 4, on your own, but we're doing it together. Find the starting time. Now they want us to go back to the starting time, so now we got to count backwards, okay? Something ended at 3:05. I put it on the number line. It lasted for 40 minutes, so I'm going to jump back 40 minutes. 3:05, take 5 minutes away, I'm at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, take 10 minutes away, I'm at 2:50. 2:50, take 10 minutes away, I'm at 2:40. 2:40, count back 10 minutes, I'm at 2:30. 2:30, count back 5 minutes, I'm at 2:25. So it started at 2:25. Everybody see that? Please copy. Again, pause the video. Number 5. Something started at 8:06 a.m. and it lasted for 16 minutes. I'm going to do this one on my clock too. So I'm going to put 8:06. But remember, I'm counting back. So I'm in the 8 o'clock hour, but I'm going to eventually end up in the 7 o'clock hour. Okay? So let me go backwards. How many minutes? 16. So please watch. This is 8:06. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now the hour has to go back. What time is that, boys and girls? 7:50. Your answer should be 7:50 a.m. All right, moving on. Number 6, problem solving. Now these are a little bit more difficult, so please pay attention so you know what to do and you know what to copy. It says, Susie began fishing at 10:30 a.m. and she fished until 11:10 a.m. James finished fishing at 11:45. He fished for the same length of time as Susie. At what time did James start fishing? So first I want to talk about Susie. She started at 10:30. She ended at 11:10. I'm just going to quickly tell you, boys and girls, that's 40 minutes, okay? So Susie fished for 40 minutes. Now they just said in the problem that James fished for the same length of time. So now we know how much time went by. 40 minutes. But the only thing they told us about James is that, what does it say? James finished at 11:45. So we know what time he ended. We don't know what time he started, but we know it's 40 minutes. So we're going to count back 40 minutes for James. So look at my number line. I ended the number line at 11:45 because it told us that's what time he stopped fishing, but I got to go back 40 minutes. So if I take 10 minutes off 11:45, I'm at 11:35. If I take 10 minutes off 11:35, I'm at 11:25. If I take 10 minutes off 11:25, I'm at 11:15. Now I'm going to count by fives. If I take 5 minutes off of 11:15 back, I will be at 11:10. And if I take 5 minutes off of 11:10, counting back, I'm at 11:05. And there's my 40 minutes. How did I get that? Because 10, 10, 10, 5, and 5 equal 40 minutes. And I told you, he fished for the same amount of time that Susie did, which was 40 minutes. So I took his ending time and counted back 40 minutes. This is the time he started. And I'll put AM there. And now we know that James, and you can write it here if you want, started fishing at 11:05 a.m. Please copy. Pause if you need to. I'm going to 7. It says go deeper. Jessica starts cleaning her room at 5:50 p.m. and finishes at 6:44 p.m. Her sister Nora finishes cleaning her room at 7:12 p.m. She cleans for the same amount of time as Jessica. I need to circle that. All right. Question, at what time does Nora start cleaning? So they told us that Jessica started at 5:50 and she ended at 6:44. I'm going to tell you right now, boys and girls, that's 54 minutes. Let me show you. And let's see if I can zoom out here a little bit. I want you just to look at Jessica for a minute. So you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold this because I don't want you to look at the other one yet. Okay? So let me just zoom out so you can see that. Okay, so this is Jessica, my friends, her cleaning her room. She started at 5:50, she ended at 6:44. If you look at the end of the number line, she cleaned her room for 54 minutes. I made this number line to show you. So we started at 5:50, we added 10 minutes, that's 6 o'clock. We added 20 minutes, that's 6:20. We added another 20 minutes, that's 6:40, and we added 4 more minutes, and that's 6:54. Why did I make those jumps? Because it said that she ended at 6:44. So that took me to 6:44, which is 54 minutes. So now I need to find what time her sister, Nora, started, because it says she did it for the same amount of time. So we know it's 54 minutes, and I made a number line to show you. So here is Nora. Let me just make sure you can see that. Okay, because I already made it for you, and I just want to show you. All right, so let me zoom out here a little bit so you guys can see what I did. Okay, so here's Nora. We know that Nora ended at 7:12. We just didn't know what time she started. So basically I put 7:12 at the end, and I jumped back 54 minutes. Where did I get that minute? Where did I get that time from? 54. I got it from her sister, because now I know how many minutes she cleaned her room, and it said that Nora cleaned her room for the same amount of time. So I went back 54 minutes. 7:12. I took 12 minutes off. I'm at 7 o'clock. I took 10 minutes off. I'm at 6:50. I take another 10 minutes off, 6:50. I'm at 6:40. I take another 10 minutes off, 6:40. I'm at 6:30. I take another 10 minutes off, 6:30. I'm at 6:20. And then after 6:20, I'm only taking 2 little minutes off. I'm at 6:18. Why did I do those jumps? 12 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 and plus 2 equals 54 minutes. So there's your answer for her sister Nora. At what time does Nora start cleaning? She started cleaning at 6:18, because we already knew she ended at 7:12. A lot of information here. We're going to get through it together. Like I always say, no worries, just copy. You can look at it after and really look it over to make sure you understand what was done today. I hope that you got a robocall from Mr. Hahn Families. He gave specific information about these packets. Make sure you understand what's going on with that. I'm going to try to call some parents today, because I try to do my weekly phone calls every other week. And I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.